Providence House is celebrating its 36th anniversary. Last year, we launched our 5-year strategic plan, Vision 40. This year, we're focused on 40, and I'm excited to share some of our progress in our first-year efforts with you. Our Vision 40 plan is the roadmap for our strategic directions up to our 40th anniversary in 2021 in 4 main goal areas. Our first goal is to serve 5,000 more children and families by our 40th anniversary on our campus and in our community. In our first year, this goal is already becoming a reality. We have served the largest population in our history, 70% more children, 75% more parents, and over 1,000 calls inquiring about admission in our crisis and wellness nurseries this year alone. That's nearly a 125% increase in just the last 3 years. But despite our recent campus growth, our waiting list also continues to grow. So we're dreaming of a future master campus to support up to 45 children, as well as an Eastside location. But more children and families need what we do. We've been fielding calls, holding meetings, and assessing high-risk communities around Ohio in our Every Child Ohio strategy, with a goal to bring our crisis nursery model into counties around the state to help more families and children in crisis. And the calls don't stop in Ohio. We're talking to interested parties across the United States and building a consulting model to reach beyond our doors and the state to help children and families across the nation. But none of this is possible if we're not financially stable. Our future fund goal is about building fiscal resiliency, diversifying our revenue beyond expanded philanthropy and into earned income, billable services, and public funding. And ultimately, supporting a $5 to $10 million future fund endowment reserve to generate consistent and reliable revenue to sustain our growth. Our final goal is to prove the impact of our services. We know what we do changes lives, but we must continue to prove that our program has an enduring and important impact on our children and families. Last year, we had already made tremendous progress. CARF accreditation, state licensing enhancements, and a nationally published study of our successful long-term outcomes. This year, we focused on transparency for our donors and partners, achieving the highest rankings from nonprofit watchdogs GuideStar and Charity Navigator to show our supporters that their gifts are being used well and making a difference. And we've already begun work on our next efforts to prove the impact by pursuing Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction and Medicaid certification for our services in the coming year. That's our vision. These are our goals. Above all, this is the impact that we are having on our community, child by child, parent by parent, crisis by crisis, as we focus on the future.